How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the Senate confirmation hearing for potential Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. Now, this hearing has been a circus. It's still going on right now, so I'm sure there will be more circus-type acts that reveal themselves as time progresses, but from what I've seen today, a total circus. Before I even get into my commentary about what I've seen so far, check out this clip that pretty much encapsulates how the Senate hearing started off this morning. After we get done with that, I'll talk about who was in the video, and then I'll give you more information about what has been happening so far. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Chairman, I asked for a roll call vote on my motion.
Okay, so you see what's happening, you see what's going on. Now, at the very beginning of that clip, you saw Linda Sarsour, the pseudo-famous so-called activist, so-called Muslim out of New York. One of Colin Kaepernick's besties, you know, that person. That's who that was at the beginning. I'm not sure who the Power Rangers putties were at the middle who were just, you know, murmuring. I'm not really sure who they were, but they were escorted out. And this whole thing was part of a larger plan. The Women's March had scheduled a disruption and or protest. They planned to get arrested. Dick Durbin of the Democratic Party said that he got on a conference call with other Democrats and said that they were going to come together. Maybe I can use the word collude together to disrupt this whole situation, talking about, oh, we need some more documents. We just got a bunch of documents last night. We need time to review it. We can't go forward. Stupid stuff. It's all just to prevent the hearings from going forward or to try and delay them as much as possible, maybe to try to find some dirt on Brett Kavanaugh, maybe to make him look bad, or just to obstruct. And the reason for this is because he was appointed by Donald Trump. That is the only reason. They're not really interested in him being what he says he's going to be, which is an impartial person, straight down the middle, just somebody who has no bias, who wants to come in there and be a very fair arbiter. That's what he wants to do. They're not really interested in that in the hearing. They're more interested in trying to grandstand to prevent him from going forward to please some of their more radical constituency. And they're also trying to position themselves as 2020 candidates. You know, some of them it is, you know, not everybody, but, you know, the usual suspects, your Cory Booker, your Kamala Harris, they do this every single time they're able to get in front of a television camera, especially in a hearing like this. They may try to position themselves as some kind of historic figure. Oh, I was able to successfully block Brett Kavanaugh from coming in. He's going to repeal Roe v. Wade, all kind of stupid stuff. There's a picture going around, really dramatic in black and white, and I'll place this on the screen before you. The picture is of Fred Gutenberg, who was the father of Jamie Gutenberg. She was shot and killed during a Parkland, Florida shooting. Now, for some reason, he wants to shake Brett Kavanaugh's hand. I don't know why he's that close to that man. I don't know why he's on the floor. I'm not really sure why he's there. Now, there's a little bit of video, and I'll play that right now. And you can see that he reaches his hand out. Kavanaugh looks at him and then goes the other way. Now, the media is saying Brett Kavanaugh refused to shake this man's hand. How dare he? His daughter died during a national tragedy, but nobody really knows what's going on. As far as I know so far, maybe by the time you see this video, we'll know more from the father and also from Brett Kavanaugh. But what I see so far, it could be anything. Maybe Brett Kavanaugh knows who he is and doesn't want to shake his hand. Maybe he doesn't know who he is, doesn't want to shake his hand. Maybe he can't hear him throughout the commotion that's going on in that particular place and doesn't really understand what's going on. Who knows? But the media is not interested in facts. They're not interested in what's really happening, the nitty gritty. All they're worried about is getting a good photo op to make Brett Kavanaugh look bad, because that in turn makes Donald Trump look bad. It makes conservatives look bad, and their aids and their goal, which is to delay the whole process, which is what they said they wanted to do from the beginning, per Dick Durbin, per the Women's March, per all these people that disrupted the hearings from even starting by like an hour and some change. All right. That's what's going on here. So like I said, it has been a circus, people trying to grandstand, push forward their own careers, trying to make themselves look good in front of those who are the far leftist radicals that want them to do a thing like this. Liberals, leftist media, keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. You're not going to be successful, number one, because at the end of the day, all the grandstanding, all the trying to delay, all that is not going to make a difference. You may be able to dig through some documents that you get, like 100,000 pages of documents. I'm not really sure what could actually be in all those documents, but they'll try to find something and take it out of proportion, take it out of context, apply it to Brett Kavanaugh and to anybody that's in the Republican Party, any conservative, and then they'll say, well, if you support this thing that we have made up, essentially, then you are a monster, then you don't deserve to be here, then you should also be put under the microscope. That's what they're going to do. But I think the average person just walking and talking in America understands that this is just a stalling tactic. It's a way for them to just appear to be better than they are. It's phony, it's fake, it's not real. So I look forward to Brett Kavanaugh being confirmed as a Supreme Court justice. You got a couple more justices that are kind of like on their way out. You might have Ruth Bader Ginsburg go the way of John McCain. Not trying to be morbid, not trying to be funny. I'm just being serious. She's 85 or 86. She is very old. She's talking about, well, I want to still stick around for as long as I can. All right. I mean, if you can make it, then go for it. But, Father Time is undefeated and the clock is ticking, tick, tick. I mean, how long are you going to live and how long are you going to be competent? So that's one thing about some of these people that are in office. If you are 80 something years old, you can barely stay awake during these hearings. I mean, maybe you should be forced to retire. I mean, lifetime membership, maybe that was okay back when you lived to be like 65, but you 95 years old. I mean, come on. At a certain point, you need to go ahead and just step down or be forcibly stepped down, due to incompetence, due to old age or whatever. But I think he'll have two more picks. Trump, that is. Stephen Breyer is up there in age. I think he's like 78, 76, right around then. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, obviously, she's not getting any younger. You may even have Clarence Thomas to retire. So you may have up to 3 more picks, and he's already put Neil Gorsuch in. Now he's about to put Brett Kavanaugh in. He could reshape the entire Supreme Court. And by reshaping the entire Supreme Court, he can change the country's direction for the next generation, 2 or 3 or more to come. That's why the Democrats are trying so hard to do anything they can out of sheer desperation. It's like if you ever thought about somebody drowning and then they're kicking and screaming that they're trying to get themselves out of the water, but the more they struggle, the more they sink. That's what's happening to the Democratic Party right now. They're not gaining any ground. They're not doing anything that's going to help them push forward in the future with their brand. They don't have any potential 2020 candidates. They're trying to groom Kamala Harris and Cory Booker by putting them on television every time a thing like this happens, but it's not working. They're not gaining any steam. If you were to ask the average individual out there in the world, who is Kamala Harris, who is Cory Booker, they probably wouldn't know. It's not working. But like I said, keep on doing it. All you're going to do is just make the case for conservatism that much stronger. So what do you think? Do you think this whole situation, the Senate confirmation hearing, is it a dog and pony show? Much ado about nothing. Do you think that Brett Kavanaugh will be confirmed? Will it be sooner than later? How do you feel about Neil Gorsuch? How do you feel about Trump being able to pick up to 3 more justices when it's all said and done? Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.